pick here on Astralis' choice of map. And yeah, it's exactly that. So you'd like to think, given the tenure, given the history, that this is now Astralis in the driver's seat, but are those T-side woes going to continue? Was it a one-map wonder, or have they woken up on the right side of bed today? Bit of util here for the Astralis folks. A nade in the door with a vent smoke as well through the rafters, but Astralis, are they going to commit with it? It's a bit delayed. Marley on the hut roof, the player gets into vent with their knife out and they don't hit the ground. So Astralis haven't heard this, they might get knifed. Oh, Aliens look down, they're coming, what was he doing? He had it, but making noise outside was Blame, and that had played the blame game on Elian. He flips his head back and, well, Entropiq ripped 2 off.
Yeah, Blame on one of these outside lurks. Gonna try and take some room over here towards Hell. Now this opens up a bunch of options. Suddenly you could get ramp split, or you can come back up through the vent and move into A. That's gonna be the decision for Astralis. Config, that was a must-win fight. He had the bomb. If it got cut loose there, that would have been a world of problems, but they go back, they rejoin Blame on one of these outside lurks. Nice. He's even there to close the round. That's clean for Blame F. Opens up a world of opportunities.
I mean, Blame wins that round, right? Because it's not only his noise outside that makes Elian double back out of vent and go lower and you know, stop knifing, because Astralis took so long to go down the vent in the first place. But not only does Blame pull that player out of vent, but he also doubles up on the Hell wrap. So gets a lot of space for Astralis to go back up into that A site, and we have a force out.
Is a maths genius. He drops a scout to Elliot, who then returns the favor by giving him a deagle. And then Forrester had exactly 650 left to buy himself some body armor to go behind this. He's got that quick maths.
I thought it was going to be way more impressive than that, Harry. But yeah.
I mean, you know, he just did it very quickly. I just thought.
He's a maths man.
You know, you ever done maths before?
No.
Actually, you're bad at math.
I am not CS economy maths. I think it's just counting. It's just numbers, isn't it? But we'll have to see. Who can count to 2? When is it? Astralis or can Entropiq add 1 to this board? Glaive down B. And this isn't a deagle, so it might be a little harder for Nickelback. He'll run right back. Meanwhile, Astralis are setting up for the A play. They've got T-Roof nades coming in, backside Molly as well. Flashes to follow. Everything going in for Astralis, but it's all a bit of a fakey-wakey. Back to ramp. Blackie still here. His dig was excellent last map, and jumping makes it very difficult. He's going to bait them in, not only for the ramp scout, but also for the lower player. They're not going to clear it. Nickelback drops that bomb. Now Lackey can move in. Nickel's doubled, tripled up, and he's flipped the script. Entropiq looking to come back in with a force by wing. Glaive has to make noise. Hello? Hello?
Oh my. Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher.
Rumbled.
Luckily enough, Nickelback on for the ace. Can't quite find Config, but his teammates will.
God.
And Nickelback was there throughout it all.
That was scary. That was very scary. Maybe thinking that was their teammate down lower, but there was Nickelback knew Glaive was B because he saw him in the first place, remember? Still, great round out of him. Baited in by Lackey. Nickelback bites back and wins the round for Entropiq with 4 frags. Again, the in-game leader has just been a tank for this team in this tournament.
It's literally the story for both of these squads.
Yeah.
That, like, the IGLs have looked really, really threatening. Elian, come on, bud. You need a win today. Not like in the series. I mean, like for you personally. And in this series, I imagine you wouldn't complain at that.
Yeah, you know, wins are nice.
Yeah, wins feel pretty good. But Elian just needs a little victory to ride off of, because he was getting bullied a bit back on Ancient. He did have that chance to knife in the pistol and got shot in the back of the head. Don't take that off. Don't touch the silencer. It's fine where it is.
Full smokes. 3 landing outside. Glaive spotted. So it's not. No, it's not a complete fake, and that's a tap for Elian.
A little win. Just a little win. Killing Config through a smoke, yeah. Now, maybe actually going to need more, as Zip has one degged Forrester on his attempted aggression into the lobby.
Oh, he's coming.
Crad still lies in wait, and he spots the doorman. Now, his teammate becomes the floor man. Elian's dropped in. There's a bit of aggro from Lackey.
Hello.
And plays the trigger discipline out. Good for the kill, makes it a double. And now just Glaive left. in hot water on this main wrap. Does have the drop on the door player. Oh, did have the drop on the door player, but Crad turns on a dime. I think his teammate back in the site got the spot, jumping default there right at the final second. And so Entropiq are going to get the conversion. This only leaves an eco now for Astralis, but then they're going to have guns in the next.
Little eco. Not waiting, or not wasting more time, rather, with force spies that are very difficult to get going on the T side of Nuke. So just getting those Glocks under wraps. That spam, while it looks weird, it does a lot of damage through that wall. And often you'll see T's lining up, you know, a main smoke from that position. So it does work. Double ramp. And a good call on a round like this where Astralis don't really have many ways in. They're going to dive out ramp. Now, Nickelback is fully committed. But luckily, with Lackey baiting him in, should just be fine. Glaive baiting outside. They jump backwards into ramp, and Lackey gets a couple. Nickelback, same story. Nice clean round for Entropiq. They lose 1 AK, and it's even saved after. So 3-1. CT side looks good to start. Astralis coming in with their gun round, though. Let's see what they got cooking.
Gonna break the windows. That opens up a possibility for one of these A-pops. I would assume, you know, you do that later in the round. And you're gonna wait for all of this utility to trickle out of Entropiq. Lackey trying to use Zip's own little spray spot against him. We saw him nab a kill there just the other day versus Fnatic. I honestly didn't really know about that till I saw Zip do it. And yeah, now they set up some of these smokes towards outside. Now Elian is waiting in secret and has been the whole damn time. Will now decide to get out of there. And it almost feels like a bit of a shame, right? Because now he's having to come back. I'm not sure what was gained elsewhere on the map to trigger that fall back out of Elian, but you never know what's being commed across or what's being said. He is still going to be down here in secret to put a stop to any crossing players. And with nobody coming down, Elian gets this forward info now. No one's down B. Care the smokes, care garage. They're probably going to try to push up. And that's what Nickelback is here waiting for. He sees the head of config and swiftly takes it off.
Almost quick switches at the worst possible time, right? I like that angle because often you'll see players like Config, you know, crouch underneath and go hell. Awkward timing. And as long as Glaive can get in heaven as quick as he can, because there's only 20 seconds, we've got Entropiq gambling ramp. Lucky is outdoor. This is massive space, but he can't wait forever because Glaive is still going to take some serious time to get in position. This is an Astralis round right now. It's all going to come down to the clock. Glaive needs quick entries. Lucky has to go. He's been dropped. Bomb is loose. Living is everything, but Glaive has denied that fact, and Nickelback coming in from heaven forces a fake, which loses you the round. Not to say that sticking was going to do any better. Entropiq coming up the vent as well. It's a 4-1, and they collapse on Astralis in that top site.
Yeah, CT side's looking good for Entropiq. Glaive tries to be the hero, tries to be that guy, but unfortunately, you know, time really did start to get the better of them there. You know, you're just scrambling for a plant at that point.
Really hard. You're really trying to just toe the line between Lucky. Like, you know, if he dies and that's essentially the round lost. But if he plays it any slower, I don't even know if Astralis can get that bomb down anyway. It's really, really rough. Timing's hit, but timing's missed, and grenades to dunk Glaive outside. They've got a lot of smokes. Nice D. Zip's done that twice now to Forrester, who needs to get out of the hut. Can the nade blow it back? Oh, they've got one of their own. He does drop a nade. Crad comes in for the kills. This is so dangerous right now. I don't know where the weapon went. It might just be in the corner, in the corpse. Crad goes in.
Dude, this is so risky.
Nickelback's thrown the gun out. And they don't know about Crad. They just heard this guy. They shouldn't be ready, but they sort of are. Crad still gets the kill. And now the smoke's outside. There was one on Glaive's body that I imagine Lucky's grabbed. Very weird round right now.
Yeah, you're just going to have to throw this third smoke on the fly, but it's not uncommon to see this happen anyway. It's all well and good. Does give you the info that players are actually using these smokes, right? You know that now. Someone just underhanded it out from behind red, so the kind of illusion is gone. And with Blame F dead on a main ramp, the other two committed into the B plate. They're left in a 2-on-4. Elian has departed this B site, just electing to play back passive at ramp. And now with the windows getting broken, you know they're down on B. This should trigger someone to move in. Lucky is at ramp to keep an eye on it. And he's dealt with Lucky out the window. Config, 20 seconds, looking for the ramp kill first before he does anything, and Lucky's already on the angle.
Oh, Entropiq, their comms are so good right now on the CT side. They are aware of every opening, every gap, every possibility, and even when the Astralis try and bring the fights to them, they're patient, not hurried, letting the time tick down for Astralis as it has in many of these rounds, but now they've got guns once again. No warp. Not necessarily the need for it either. Lucky could have brought that out into this round if he wants. Instead, just running it outside. They got the full standard wall of smokes just close to red. They can get down lower. Guess who's already there? Hellian's been dispatched off this AWP. Always a classic to see. And Astralis got to get through that one-man spam. Forrester wins the fight. Was that, again, a hot push? This dude is just relentless with his aggression.
Yeah, I think a part of you's going, he doesn't push hard again, right? And he just keeps doing it to mixed results, but woo, that's a tag. Elia needs to start running now, and he will just get away.
Oh,
Takes the shot,
baited.
Config.
No.
And yeah, Config goes running through the molly. Lucky's already here. Lucky's holding the line, and he's looking good while he does it. Doubles down, and that's the bomb drop. Zip, very late on an outside lurk. Does at least open up a route to maybe dash back up towards A. Blame just has to navigate this one, has to try and find a way out, and he will look to slip the net on a secret rotation. Zip poising himself for heaven. And this is good positioning from Zip. Nice bit of real estate gained. You're going to be able to stop a player rotating back from ramp. And right now, smoke there. Well, now they know at least. And that actually means this Heaven player that's already in position is holding the angle. And Nickelback's flanking you. He pushed through the smoke. Oh my god, bro. No respect.
That's insane.
Nothing. Blame traded.
Yeah.
And Entropiq go up 6-1.
I mean, that's so important as well, because while was it Forrester in the rafters? I think it was. While he has like a really good position, if Zip's not making noise, and if Blame walks in main, he might see the feet of Forrester. He might clear that corner. And so, you know, that would be a way in for Astralis. But instead, Nickelback knows there's Max 1 here. I can just flank. I can just disrespect. And that's all we're getting out of Entropiq right now, right? Counting in these hot pushes as well for players like Forrester, who is just playing mental CS. Well, Astralis will try their hand at some as well. Dodging flashes, Forrester looking at the ground, and it's beautiful on the spray. 2 kills. Rafter player of Crowd drops a bomb, and a second one for him as well. Why not make it 3? Oh, out of ammo. But Nickelback runs through the smoke because it's all he's known, all he's ever done. 7-1. And Entropiq, what a CT-sided start. They're a bit miffed after Ancient slipped through their fingers. That was their way in. But now they'll have to do it on enemy turf.
Abe's going to chime in now, try to give some input, trying to tell them where he thinks this is going wrong. Now you got a double AWP to contend with as well. Lackey putting the cash in for that.
Oh my god. Blame got flashed. What's the call? What's the move here for Astralis? They've got a bit of money after that light Mac run into the A site. Pretty fruitless. But a new round. A new chance. Secret Molly. Or Red, rather. With the outside smokes yet again. Astralis want to play with them. They've crossed many a time. Elian, for the first time, has not dropped down vent. Oh, he will go late. He ticks and molly on the way in. Forrester and Hut is a pretty consistent piece of this CT side. So Astralis, as they go for this AXX, they need to be very cognizant of this player.
I mean, if you're not ready for Forrester in his house, essentially, at this point, like, you know, what are you ready for? Zip's going to get smoke spammed. That's devastating, man. You tried to, like, build this illusion up that, you know, you might be setting up for an outside play, dropping in some of those smokes early. And that's probably alleviated a great chunk of it. It's going to force Astralis to have to look for other avenues. Forrester is dead in Hut.
Did he push?
Yeah, he tried taking a little tiptoe in.
Bit awkward. And now it's just an A split with Glaive wrapping main from outside. He's gone back after the smokes. Knowing that Aliens are B rotate, there's no one actually outside. Nickelback can't stop this play.
Yeah.
Glaive has a good timing. If he can just walk into mini, this is a nice little A split, and it's undefended or under-defended. And in fact, it won't just be one man. It will be two. It will be three. Just lucky holding T-Roof, Bubsky-esque.
Okay, Nickelback has just dropped in.
Oh, perfect timing. Alien's still lower, though.
Hang on a moment, they're going towards B. Yeah. This is a B play, just silently through Secret, but Alien's been waiting here. If ever there was a time, man, another missed shot. These are starting to get very awkward.
Oh,
Can't find Config with the bomb, and the re-swing back into the angle has not done him well. They want to deny the plant, but they can't. It will look to come down for Astralis. Blame's got Config's back. The ramp flank's red, and Lackey will nail the shot, but now he's got to come in clutch. 1 versus 2. And both the Astralis players have evaded capture.
Lovely rotate.
Both going to group up on Decon, and this is where that nade actually blowing the double doors off might have done more harm than good. Lackey's now so paranoid as he moves back in. They've closed Decon. He knows that one man's there. Tap on the bomb, and they didn't actually blow him off. Maybe that gives him more room, but still, it's going to be a save.
Oh, you wish. You wish. All right, Glaive won't let it happen. Config with a beautiful 3K round. The problem right now for Entropiq is Elian. Astralis have his number. They know that he is very quick on these shots, and they keep baiting them, right? They keep jiggling in secret. They know his angle. They won't let him get a clean kill. And every single time, it feels like he's taking all the worst fights he possibly can, like refacing.
You can tell the pressure's getting to him. He's like saying to himself, I just need to hit one of these. I just need to hit one of these.
And if he does, it's a round,
You can tell it's making him a lot more twitchy, a lot more nervous than what we normally get.
Oh, if Nickelback committed.
I mean, still, it's big info.
Yeah.
You've seen that no one set towards outside early, so it made you very paranoid about the A-pop. Eventually, Lackey's going to be dispatched to go back and actually cross into Secret, and this is nice. You know, a common response for Astralis has been these outside smokes.
Yeah, but right now there haven't been smokes, obviously, with the clear that you talked about, but Elian is still B because the vent smoke for Astralis is scared Entropiq. They think someone has made it lower. Maybe now they're realizing, okay, we've actually cleared out a lot of this lower site. Elian's left ramp open the entire round because he smoked it and Glaive didn't want to go through. But Entropiq a dedicated double lower. This is a weird one. The bomb is still outside of the lobby. This looks like it's going to end in an A from the offset. And so, yeah, with that Molotov, it's only going to force Lackey into another uncomfortable position. Elian's AWP won't get any impact on Glaive. He should be going through these main smokes into the A site. 50 seconds, there's still time to get weird with it. Unless you want to do a vent, re-smoke, and drop, which is exactly what Entropiq want right now. Astralis might just waltz up into upper. It's a decent setup. Forrester in a far safer position than previous rounds have shown. But this is scary.
Gonna catch you throwing util. That's the bomb. That's info to go off of now. Forrester up on the rafters, good for one, and there's vent rotates ready to come up, but they might never be needed. Nickelback gonna rain in death from the back of the A site. And mate, like, you know, I gotta give some credit once again to Entropiq here. They get into these positions that are actually very nerve-wracking, where it's super reactive, but the protocols are there time and time again, you know. It looked like for a moment they were about to only have one player in the upper site as another one of those A plays looked to come through late, but they piece it together fast enough, right? They pull the ramp player away. He gets situated over here in the site. That was Nickelback. You know, Forrester was waiting there the whole damn time, and the vent rotates were immediate. So even if Nickelback did die, it was all under control.
Oh, through the Molotov. Not going to work for Zip. There's a second player showing a bit of leg there. Glaive somehow still alive as nades come into the hut. He is dodging everything. Forrester. Stints moving away from his hut pushes. The A site has been less of, you know, giveaway for Entropiq. Oh, double ramp. Re-smoke is going to go too deep. Config sees through it, shoots him in the face, and Config is having a game right now. Double entry. Glaive finds a timing out top. Nickelback is here, and Glaive wins the battle. I don't know how. Still, it's a 1v1 with a bomb lost. Forrester came in with a drop, and in fact, he's climbed back up heaven. He knows he has the bomb ramp. This is a very ballsy call. Glaive's reset lobby, but luckily for Forrester, Glaive is taking his time. He's very low. He's hoping for a mistake to get made, but Forrester, well, that mistake's already slipped on by. He can now pick his spot at ramp and play the package.
Yeah, I mean, on the upside, you know, when you PK like that, you know, like, Glaive wasn't still there. He's not, like, milling about. You're likely reading this as the lobby play.
Glaive.
You didn't catch him dropping vent. Glaive v Forrester. And checking the wrong side. 50-50 angle, and Forrester waits patiently.
I want to talk about Orb and Nickelback for a second, right? Because often you see an AWP in the rotate position. The Heaven guy, he's going to be assisting on a ramp lurk, you know, on a ramp pop. He's going to be dropping into A site on XX. He's going to be, you know, rotating ramp to B on the secret rounds. Instead, Elian plays A, and he just insta drops vent and goes for lower most of these rounds with the Orb when Astralis runs smokes. And that leaves Nickelback in Heaven as this floater role. And he is doing such a good job of always putting himself in the best positions. And look at his score as a result. He is 18-4, Harry. He is just running to the action. And like often, you know, again, in-game leader doesn't want to put themselves in this spot because an in-game leader is rarely the star player. But in this tournament, we've seen more and more success for Nickelback as the event goes on. And right now he is just tearing up Astralis on the CT rotate, going wherever the hell he wants, and you know, doing it with great effect. Stopping these upper rushes, always there in time to help Forrester or Crad, whoever survives. And even when Entropiq have made like the wrong gambles and have had two lower with Lackey and Elian, it has been Nickelback holding down the fort. Flame's got another smoke at his feet for this yard execute, throwing it from one position. Will be a little delayed, but that's fine. Astralis have time to cross as the gap gets filled. Nickelback now yard, fighting out, and a bit of damage. It looked dead on. Got to be very, very scared if you're Astralis crossing through these smokes. You've already lost players before to them. It's silent, and they'll make it down B just as the last one fades.
Yeah, they've kind of switched, you know, this B rotator out in this round for Lackey. Right, Elian is playing ramp and is conceding the ramp angle to lean down towards B after these outside smokes came in. Blame and Zip both lurking over towards outside late on this one. You know, it's been pretty consistent that if they get away with this A kill, Astralis, they do look to slow it down and consider that option to rotate back up. But that's why Nickelback's here. He's a smart guy. He's pieced this one together. That, oh no, Glaive shot in the back. And Blame's now been spotted outside. This might feel, or start to feel, like your hands are somewhat tied here if you're Astralis. The bomb is still deep at B. It almost looks like they wanted to back up and leave for a moment. This fight proves to matter a lot, and Krad's going to win it out. Zip and Blame still up on A, still outside, while Lucky's desperately trying to get the bomb out of here. But I don't know what you can expect him to do in this situation. He needs saving. He needs someone to come in and help him. Blame's ramp timing looks nice. Looks like he might be able to find a gap, but there's just so little time left. And Blame needs to have a monstrous moment, and with the bomb cut loose, that's the round. Doesn't matter how well these two lurkers do.
Counter-terrorists win.
Bluey. Yeah, a couple of exits on the way out, but it's still going to be Entropiq just storming the series now in the second map. And we're seeing a lot better pieces for Entropiq, right? Harry Forrester, I would probably surprise you with this stat. He's 4-0 in opening duels. Given his hut shenanigans, you may not believe it, but obviously not always the first fight of the round. Crad is also having a lot better of a time. Think back to that T side on Ancient. He was left lurking B into Zip, who would never leave that bomb site, or Glaive, who was, you know, very mobile on the CT side, floating around. Crab was having a rough time. He's having a far better one right now on that lower drop last round as well. Lucky, it's always awkward. The molly goes so deep into door. And it's even smoked off now. Forrest is back to his usual ways, his usual tricks of the trade, but Astralis, they've read the newspapers. They know what's coming. Lackey starting lower now, letting Elian AWP ramp. It's a position we haven't seen Astralis focus on too much in these last couple of rounds, but this one will be no exception. Lackey going to poke his head up. Oh, he's getting lulled into this, but Lucky is moving in off the angle for a second. Config has to cover, they line up, and Lucky gets caught looking the wrong way. Config comes back, but so does Lackey with a double. Glaive swings him and wins him. Nickelback stops that yard play as well. And a 4-on-2 where Astralis have been drowned.
All that's left now is it feeling like a bit of a formality. Play moving into the lobby with this AK and the bomb, joining up with Zip, who's been spotted now on this hut push. For a moment, they've peeled away from the vent, but it looks like instead they want to test the waters at ramp. Elian still having a bit of a mare. If there ever was a time to find a shot, it's just one like this. Yep. And yeah, Zip on the receiving end of that. Blame F, you know, might just have to write this one off. Oh, never even given the chance. Wide swung by Crad, and that's 11-2. Coincidentally, that's also how these opening fights have gone. 11-2 in favor of Entropiq right now. Essentially, if Astralis get the opener, which every time so far has been onto Elian, who has been struggling,
yes,
they've been able to spiral that out of control into a round win. But this is where I almost get the feeling Elian's probably said, guys, I'm having a bit of a mare here. I'm having a bit of a rough time. And it feels like they're trying to accommodate that by moving him away from this very important rotate role, putting that on Lackey instead, and having him just hold ramp with the AWP.
Yeah, and even the last time Elian did go lower, he had a second player with him. That was around Astralis, ended upper with the Forrester Crad crossfire, and Elian came up the vent with the AWP to close. So, yeah, no, I agree. He's definitely had a rough time here in these secret rounds. But you know what's funny? Despite Astralis getting past him and even Config beating him both times in B, it's still, you know, we still haven't really seen Astralis go behind these smokes to lower in the last few rounds. They're still getting warded out of this position. I'd love to see that going into the last couple of rounds of the half to, you know, commit to a B play, maybe even have just one guy behind it and bump out ramp. They now know the AWP's in play in that position, but Elian's trying to keep it fresh, going back to his vent drop that he is always up for. Quick door pick doesn't connect, and the molly pushes him back to a safer position. Nickelback still sat garage smoked off. And so Forrester doesn't know there's 5 in lobby right now. Well, 2 on the roof. He gets aggressive, and I really don't like this from Forrester.
That's a bit...
He obviously thinks they're heavy outside, but he learns the hard way. Blind is Crab, but overwhelmed by Glaive, whose Mac 10 has saved the day a couple of times here. Nades going in, they chase down, swinging from heaven. Astralis are not going to get the plant for free. They're getting pressured constantly. Nickelback's crept up heaven as well. It's info that Astralis don't have. They can't get comfortable. Blame not cleared. And Nickelback will do it, but it's Lucky to win the round with the pistol tapped out and saves the AWP for Astralis. Yeah, I actually like that call for Entropiq, even though it looks crazy. They just don't know Blame's below them, keeping up the pressure so much. Definitely an argument to be made to call it off in the 2-on-2. But they thought they could catch Astralis both in the bomb site. Instead, Lucky was late lobby after throwing utility. I mean, all is predicated off of Forrester. Don't want to say he's throwing, but, you know, at a certain point, you got to stop pushing hard.
Yeah, you know, it's really been one of the only consistent ways to get an opener. That or Elliot. Zip has been the man providing entries for the most part, right? And that's going to continue in this fashion. Crad on the receiving end of this rifle. Astralis might have found their golden goose in this A play. And once again, the results are good. They run them down. Oh, Lucky will burn Glaive out, but that's fine. He ran into a Molotov at 10 HP. You know, it happens. Well, I say it's fine. As long as you don't lose the round, it's fine.
Yeah, Lucky running away there. Baited Elian into lobby. But this round was never going to get won. Not with those entries coming in. Lights out shot for Zip, who's making sure main cannot be taken. Lucky will shut out the round. And that's 4.5 for Astralis. Par for the course with some of the T-sides we've seen from them. Ancient was a lot better. But can Astralis pull the full comeback, or is this Entropiq taking us to a third? We got over past us the third, Harry. Dare I say it, knife round is massively important on that map if we go the distance, given how I feel like every overpass we've seen this tournament has been extremely one-sided to whoever starts CT. So let's see. What do Entropiq have to show us in this pistol round? Everything has gone right for them so far.
So just like an A play, mate. Look, you got flashes, you got smoke. That goes in. Going to block off main. Out they come. running into the A site. Config, top of the heart, is going to get bested, and Lucky. Flames hopped in.
Sick.
Madness on the drop from heaven. Zip and Blame F, the two left standing at the end of this one. And
dear.
Zip decides he wants to fight, and he would have fell to his death.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the better of the two outcomes. Lucky, lovely pistol round, and Entropiq, they hit the ground running to open up this T side.
It's just such a confident pistol, right? That's an 11-4 pistol call. Guys, just run out heart. I'm going to nade door, just run out heart. It's fine. We'll get it. And they do. Astralis not set, not ready for such a fast round. And now, don't have a lot to show in this one. It's going to have to be the full eco. Play for your guns. It shows faith in Astralis' rifle rounds, which is good. But it's also going to come at such a hard scoreline to come back. Smoke on the door. Glaive just trying to stop this quick A approach. But it's like a bandage or a band-aid on a missing limb. Entropiq are going elsewhere.
Heavy USP stack in CT. Kind of cool to counter the yard play, right? These SMGs not having a whale of a time right now. Swinging again. They're peeking everything. They're fighting it all. They've got nothing to lose. And hell, I mean, everyone's low. Blame's tapped out too with the P250. And I'm starting to get concerned, starting to get a little worried, right?
Don't get eco'd.
Still fine right now is what you're telling yourself. It's all good. Config, though, looking to drive the knife in their back, and with low HP. He's going to reposition. And they've actually dropped one guy down a B. Blame needs to come back up. Still low health. Like, it's genuinely still up in the air. But with the Astralis really taking their time here, they need this main kill to come in. Nickelback knows he can't relax right now. Has to be switched on. And Nickelback, sack and crack. He's in with a double.
Oh, the little head bop on main roof as well stops Config from hitting that scout shot. And while it gets scary for a second, Entropiq closed the doors on the eco for Astralis, but that was only pistols. And like I said, here's the full buy. The full buy to rule them all. To pull that comeback if they can. But can they, Harry, is the question. Lackey has the Mac 10. Still bit bonusy for Entropiq. And maybe looking to keep up this pace.
God, no head armor. So the Galil, the Mac 10 get a little more scary. Might never be a talking point, right? Astralis might just dominate this round, but it's always worth considering. Nickelback's just like tracing people through the hut, man. It must feel terrifying.
22 and 7 as well. Having one hell of a game is the in-game leader. Smokes outside, main and lockers.
Yeah. I like this. Entropiq frequently do this to actually get a player deeper outside than anyone's ready for. They're going to run the ramp player away, and then they might just commit with it. I like the decisiveness here. I like the swiftness of this move. It's left Zip all alone in the B site, but unaccounted for the first. That trade needs to come in, and Zip, is that double enough for Astralis? It's certainly nice, isn't it? It's going to go a long way, or so you'd like to think. Lucky's still all the way outside, just going to get picked apart by Lucky. The Mac 10 lost to the hands of time. Forrest is concerned about a ramp flank, and so they've said to Nickelback, like, yeah, good luck, bro. He's stuck out here on Xantares. Gonna reposition, get himself in behind Silo, and does win the first engagement, but getting spammed, getting whittled down. It's left to Forrester in ramp, all alone. They cross on in, they're on the bomb, and there really isn't a lot that Forrester could...
He could have.
If only.
He could have. He could have just tapped out the defuse right there on Config. It was a 10-second stick. Yeah, that was a bit disjointed in the post-plant for Entropiq. A lot of chances for Forrest to help out his captain, but Nickelback gets kind of hung out to dry. And they're scared of the ramp flank. That's never a worry. Also, nice double for Zip, right? As far as a ramp player goes, dropping, living that long, and killing 2 is more than you can ask.
Zip's the saviour of that round, in my
absolutely.
eyes.
If he just dies, that's
something
a real
I am
problem.
kind of confused about, upon thinking about it more so, is that they spotted 2 players outside, right? They were made aware that one was down here on B when the glass broke, and then they're still concerned about ramp. It's a bit of a head scratch. Felt like they knew where everyone was, but an A pop comes in, and Glaive, good for the double. But the A site still needs to be bailed out in a retake here. Chance that the plant, a late rotate through heaven for Zip, is going to allow this bomb to go down. It's not a main plant, so these guys in Hut, these players back towards the door, they're going to be hard-pressed to defend this one. Ideally, you want to nab a man advantage as fast as you can, and then try to play these crossfires. But with a retake smoke coming in from heaven, with flashes getting set up by Lucky, the retake is on. Forrester, only good for the first. And this is where this plant behind the silo going to come back to haunt you. Lucky's got to peek it, he's got to run, and that just puts him in the firing line of Blame F. If you're wondering why they planted here, it's actually because Astralis lobbed a smoke through the main smoke, cutting off the door player, the only guy who could hold that position, and so it made them nervous about committing to the plant there. That one detail comes back in a big way. I think you actually see it come out in the corner of Glaive's crosshair. It just sails through the existing smoke in main. Big love to do stuff like that, using kind of unusual smokes to throw a seed of doubt into the mix.
Because you never, even if you don't do anything with it, the opponents don't know. They never know whether you're getting collapsed upon in A. We got main nades after the door gets popped off, and luckily enough, Blame is passive there. It won't do anything to him. Now this is where Entropiq have to be careful. Don't get ahead of yourself. It may be 13-6, but these CT comebacks can materialize very quickly. So one thing Astralis have had problems with, it hasn't been the CT side, as much as it has been those first halves. But for now, these Deagles just getting dished out. Blame finds 1 kill. Forrest has been spammed pretty heavily. Still making the risky route of going silo. Oh, that's a nice spam, but Lucky still responds. His Deagle again. Dirty, but caught firing. Glaive will re-peek. And these pistols, it should be the end of them. Nice shots. Dude, how does he do it?
Even though he's been incredible, you know, this is just a damage dealing mission. I would love to hype this up as doable for this guy, for Nickelback.
Please don't.
But quite simply, it shouldn't be. Down the ladder he goes, and he made noise. And now they know, and there's the swing. Yeah, I think he realized the error of his ways very, very quickly. He was trying to silent drop just a little too high up, so he rolled over and gave them the info. Regardless, you know, you took a couple of players out of that round. Not the end of the world, but you do want to stop Astralis before they find their footing. And with 3 now going their way in a row, you know, you never want to put a comeback past them. I just think we haven't necessarily seen, you know, the full breadth of the Entropiq cooling just yet. Still very early days, still had a lot of limitations in these rounds. And so Astralis, the biggest test, is still to come.
Yeah, late smokes in the yard, right? They know what Astralis like to do, these early Molotovs perhaps to stop a smoke blooming. So Entropiq don't want to let that happen. They want this execute to be perfect. Lucky's cleared red with the molly, and even though the Glaive smoke's gone down, he's actually going to go right behind main. He might be splitting A. What a nice call into your first gun round. Config is ready for this play though, and he sees a barrel, gets that instant headshot. Knows Forrester ain't far, but my goodness, spam through the smoke. Forrester runs with it. Glaive in the middle of the open, able to stop that and even put the bomb on its last legs. Ramp is open, but Zip is here to close this door shut on Entropiq. Wow, that's a headshot for Alien. Now B is open, but with those early smokes, Blame has cleared them and come down secret. He is a lot deeper than they're ready for. And oh, the Molotov. Blame runs back. He might have been spotted there. How they know, but the bomb is down and Astralis are on for the retake.
Oh, flash retrieved for Glaive. Where's he got that from? Someone needs to be anti-flash here. They both turn. It's very telegraphed on that flash, and there's the lineup.
Chewed up.
Yeah, this is going to seal the deal on what you hoped would be a save, but Elian has a round. And, dude, if there ever was a time for him to get a confidence booster, it's with an AK, with a rifle, in a hero moment. Someone needed to step up. He dealt with every single obstacle, mate. Zip at ramp, annihilated on Elian's swing. Then he doubles up to close it. That is a real feel-good moment, because you weren't just getting kills at the end of a round. It wasn't one kill and the round still coming close or eluding you. No, that was the round-winning player, the identifiable guy who made all the difference was Elian.
I guess
and he hasn't had many rounds like that.
I was going to say, I guess that is something, because, you know, Elian, when he is on one with the AWP, he can be so explosive. But damn, dude, this guy's rifle is clean as. Can't forget spam going down vent. But Elian hit one tap outside to start onto Lucky, and we already saw last map, but he wasn't AWPing well. He pulled the Krieg, and he did, you know, had a lot of impact with it. Honestly, Elian's rifles are really, really good. I wonder where his AWPing is this tournament. It's been a non-factor, and Entropiq has still played well, but we've really not seen anything from Elian other than that one Vertigo game. So hoping he can warm up as things continue, but right now this round should be done and dusted. Good timing on the re-peak, and Blame left alone at ramp.
And it ends up being a very one-sided showing, but this was Astralis going all in. They fully invested behind this round. Blame's going to get shot in the back of the head. There we go. And Nickelback continuing his wonderful game right now, puts Entropiq onto 15, and with that round, you know, with that being the full investment, you were hoping to have at least done damage, to at least gotten out of the round with something like a rifle to play around with here, because now you basically have the exact same round again, just with even less.
Yeah, I think Astralis kind of knew the results of this one into Entropiq's first go round, just storming over the A site. And now the closer, or at least you'd imagine it to be the case. Overpass is waiting in the wings. We've not really seen much from Astralis in this map. They could barely get a foot right in the T side, even when they got that lower control. Even when they got past Elian, who has been the one liability here for Entropiq. Put him on an AK, it's a very different guy, a very different player. Lucky scouting out. Needed that headshot. It's going to cross instead. Leave the Deagle of Blame to deal with it. Glaive going up over roof, and oh, Forrester saw something there. And he hears the drop as well. Smoke is going to stall things for Entropiq, but that's a big gap. Not that Entropiq are going to do anything with it. They go back outside after seeing the scout. They know they can smoke him off. Config on his early vent dive, rather. But is it even a lower play? Again, these wider smokes, the main smoke, the hell smoke, Entropiq are given a lot of space as a result, and they'll take it.
Yeah, we saw one of these CT wraps get a little bit weird, and Lucky doing damage, softening them up. Zips come in as well. Outside, not feeling like Entropiq's friend, and Config with this timing up through Secret. Elian's not considering it. He's got nades out. And Config will lock in the kill at least. It's left in a 2-on-2, and the bomb just gets away. Zips chasing it down, but he doesn't want to swing too soon. Doesn't want to give the 2-on-2 over.
Crad.
There's Crad. Suddenly it's all on Lucky. Suddenly it's all on just one man. He's come through, dealing with the first. Forrester's dead, and Lucky closes it out with the clutch. A 1v2 at 13 points of health.
Hilariously, you know what happened right there? Zip through that main smoke that Glaive threw the other round that you were talking about, and Lucky just walks right through it, Harry. He just storms through the smoke, and the main plant lets Entropiq down this time. But they've been scarred by the Heaven Post. They didn't want to do it again. Lovely shots out of Lucky. Keeps this game going for Astralis for at least one more round.
Dude, the CT wraps, man, they're gonna sting like a kick to the shin.
Yeah.
Right on the bone.
Well, can they brush it off and pick themselves back up? Elian's got an AWP. Glaive, he hit his head. He gets stuck in the molly, and even a spam shot could have killed him there, but Glaive makes it to the back of the bomb site. Just letting Elian work a pick here, but you can see the outside control is very passive for Blame F. A guy who has a very taste in yard control in this map. can do it all. But he won't do much now. Just waits for Entropiq to make their play. They won't be given an opening kill in this round, especially not with a ramp boost as well. Zip put up on top of the boxes. Means Entropiq have a lot to do in terms of clearing that. You're almost never gonna get 0 kills off of this boost. There's the Hell Smoke that they've been throwing on these yard takes. Zip, like if they go ramp, which does look possible right now, Zip needs to get at least one, especially with Lucky baiting. It's a really good setup right now for Astralis. Oh,
Okay.
here they come. Lucky can just drop or just crouch and wait to re-peek as they never look up. Now they need to. Krad does get that trade kill. Lucky's forced into the lower site, but this is not a full ramp commit, so they don't need to go B. A lot of space getting taken and Blame looking the wrong way. He's got cover, but back he turns, and the timing could not be better for Forrester. Quick frag, and now an A-Wrap.
Only Glaive here. Now they might not be ready for him, right? Gonna play this close, tucked angle under heaven. The Molly gives them a bit of suspicion.
But they don't know about Krad.
Oh, Elian, they're close. They're real close. Don't give away the config. Oh, switch in, and Elian will hit the shot. Krad's leapt in through heaven. It's only Glaive. It's just one man. What can he do? He's going to try and look for the site fight, and that's when Elian swings. Entropiq are taking us to a third. We're going the distance. Overpass now, locked and loaded as that deciding map. And, you know, it all started with a troublesome T side that looked like, you know, a point in time it could have ended.